Hello, hello, hello. We're going to hit that countdown one more time. Well, maybe let's hit that countdown one more time. I like that little intro. Hello, 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 and happy Friday. I have Bree in the chat, Lindsay in the chat, and Jazz in the chat. How are you guys doing on this Friday afternoon? How are you guys doing today? Today was quite the lazy day for me. I'm not going to lie to y'all. It was a lazy day. A little bit of stress, a little bit of laziness. You mix that together and you get my day. I did do a little bit of research for my next video, which I will be doing. I don't know who brought it up, but I will be doing the Wayfair conspiracy theory, and quite interesting. I've been hearing like terrible things about the weather coming this way. The news always makes it. Yeah, I'm doing it, Bree. I'm doing it. The news always makes storms, hurricanes, everything seem so bad. Like, it's like, do I even want to watch this right now? Because, like, why are y'all doing this? Suggestion credits to Bree. Yes, I did go on Reddit, their conspiracy thread, and I found some crazy looking stuff. I'm telling you right now, it looks pretty believable to me. But there are a lot of things that debunk that conspiracy theory, right? So as I was like writing out the blueprint, we might have to consider the things that debunk it as well. I hope everyone's doing good. It was a good day out today. We're supposed to have some bad weather this way. If I went live tomorrow, I would be surprised because of the weather. I don't know if it's going to knock the power out. Around this time, we do get storms and stuff like that. And it's nerve-wracking. You're just looking at your phone waiting for the tornado warning to pass or the flood warning to pass. And once it passes, you're fine. So, let's see. Gypsy Rose showed off a little bit more of her baby. If you guys have not seen my video on the first episode recap of Life After Lockup, go check it out. But she is showing more and more of her baby. I believe I saw a photo of Rod holding the baby. I saw Gypsy in a video holding the baby. I'm like, what is going on around here? So I wanted to go to her Instagram to stalk, right? So the first thing we see up here is Lifetime TV. Gypsy Rose is owning her story like never before. And this person says, am I the only one who doesn't trust Ken? I don't think you are the only one that doesn't trust him, right? I don't know what it is with Ken, but let's just play.
7 years ago, we met for the first time.
I got back with the man that I truly love. We're unexpectedly expecting.
I wish she had gotten through this divorce before this happened.
The Lifetime original series returns.
Ryan texted me. He has lingering hope that I will go back to him, even with the pregnancy.
If I am the father, I will do my responsibilities.
I never had any doubts of who the father was. I'm going to have a paternity test done for Ryan's speculation.
Life is throwing us a lot of curveballs right now.
I'm still on parole, so we can't live together. What is this? The hairbrush of an ex-girlfriend. Sheriff's office. I got death threats. People don't feel like I'm going to be a good mother because of what my mom put me through. Let me prove you wrong.
Gypsy Rose, Life After Lockup. New season premieres Monday, March 10th at 9. Only on Lifetime.
And now that I think about what Ken said, I wish she would have waited. Did you guys talk about this? Was it planned or was it not? Like I said, okay, so she posted this video here and this photo and said, "Remember, I am human too." This looks like that picture that she took. Which one is it? This looks like one of those creepy pictures from 10 years ago. Which one was it? Oh my God. Let me show you exactly what this looks like real quick. I don't like the way she's looking in that picture. Let's see if I can find the one that I'm talking about. Or she was like smiling in the photo. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Oh, I found it. I found it, y'all. Look. Okay, so look at this photo, right? You see this photo up on the screen. Tell me that this photo does not look like Tell me that photo doesn't look exactly like that one. Don't they look similar? They look okay, so you have like the head tilt, the look in the camera, right? Let's go back. Let me show you. Just one is younger. Just one is younger. That's all I'm seeing. Look. Oh, right. I haven't been on her Instagram in a while. I'm not going to even lie. I don't know the newest updates to Gypsy Rose's Instagram, but might as well check it out. Okay, who is this? Okay, so 60 Minutes visited Gypsy Rose at home in New Orleans. You can catch the story on Sunday at 8:40. So she did an interview with 60 Minutes and Ken. What? I didn't know about this one. Well, she's going to be on 60 Minutes Australia this Sunday. So here's another one here. Wait, hold on, y'all.
Who's the father?
I have to prove that I'm a better mother than my mother was. People want to see me fail. Just let me prove you wrong. Find out what I've been up to in season 2 of Life After Lockup, only on Crime and Investigation.
Crime investigation.
There's a brand new chapter to my story. It's positive.
Well, who's the father?
I have to prove that I'm.
So, you know, Gypsy is not only a celebrity in the United States. Gypsy's not only a celebrity in the United States, right? She's not only a celebrity in the United States, she's doing 60 Minutes with Australia. That's what it looked like. And she's on Crime Investigation in the UK. Gypsy Blanchard is known worldwide. That is, wow. And then this is another one. Second chances come in small blessings. So here's Rod. Here's a baby here. With their head turned this way. Now we've probably gotten about 4 or 5 pictures or videos of Gypsy's baby that she said no one was ever going to see, but it's Always conveniently, it's the back of the head and just like that. Like, I feel like she wants to show, but she feels like she can't show because she knows the attacks are going to come flying in if she does show, you know? So this is her way of doing a little bit of it, but not doing too much. I don't get it. I feel like she's playing mind games. What do y'all think? Yeah, it says at home in New Orleans. I don't know where the hell I thought she lived in Cutoff. Doesn't she live in Cutoff? I thought she lived in Cutoff. Yeah, I thought it was. I've had no doubts it was a real baby from the start. All of those people are not going to go with that. I feel like all those people are not going to go with the idea this is a real baby if it's not a real baby. You know what I mean? It's just not going to happen like that. That's not how life works. Now, I could easily take this and make a great thumbnail out of it, but I would have to like blur the baby's head or something. I don't know. But this is a pretty good picture, pretty clear picture. I never believed it was a reborn baby doll or anything like that, just because you know how hard it would be to pull that shit off. And sooner or later, I'm pretty sure Lifetime wants to see that baby, you know? So.
Hey everyone, I'm Gypsy Rose.
And I'm Ken.
And I'm going to try some new foods today. And if you've seen episode 1, you know I'm a picky eater.
You ready for this?
I'm ready.
Okay.
That's delightful. It's good, I like it.
It was caviar, which is fish eggs. Cheers, babe. You just ate it and you loved it.
Love you.
Going back to episode 1.
Wait, what?
There you go.
Oh, it's good.
All right.
I like it.
Now for the real deal.
That's seafood.
Octopus. See, look at it. You know the little tentacles? Sorry.
I don't like that one.
No? Well, that one was also squid.
Cannon?
Just a different form.
Cannon? Where's the napkin?
Right here. I love it.
Banana? Banana for sure. Did I get it right?
No, there's definitely no banana in this.
It's blue cheese and pear ice cream.
Whoa.
Oh.
You liked it?
I liked it. Kind of like a crunch bar?
This is the oh so famous Dubai chocolate.
No, it's good. On a scale of 1 to 10, the caviar was a 0.
That's a lie.
Okay,
Because
no.
you loved it.
Caviar as is, just on my hand, 0. Dubai chocolate was a 10.
A 10, okay.
I would eat it again.
And that's one of the things that we love doing together the most is like trying new foods, cooking new foods at home, and, you know, expanding her palate to all these different worlds that she's never tried before.
I'm Gypsy,
And I'm Ken.
and this was Gypsy Tries It.
I don't know how I feel about that at all. That was random. That was very random, Lifetime. And I can't help but to think in the back of my mind, I'm messy. I'm messy at certain times because wasn't it that so awkward when they visited that restaurant in the first episode? It was like super awkward when they visited. And now all of a sudden they come on Lifetime and try to mull over the fact that Ken was pissed at her because she didn't want to try octopus. Now they try to put a fun spin on it. I feel like it's a PR stunt, you know? Oh, we didn't have such good ratings with the dinner scene, so let's do something else related to that. Because I feel like that's something that people talked about more than anything was the dinner scene, right? So now you're trying more food. You know what I'm saying? So how's she going to like it and then freak out when she knows what it is? I wouldn't eat any of that. I wouldn't eat any of that. None of it. None. Caviar, nope. Zucchini, nope. Octopus, nope. Squid, nope. Dubai chocolate, probably not. Because that stuff in the inside is like coconut or something. I'm not involved with that. I don't get down like that. So Christina on here says, I feel so sorry for you, girl. The way Ken talked to you at the dinner, him saying you're disappointing. He wants to shame you. Ew, that was not okay. That's literally emotional abuse. You deserve so much better, girl. I'm praying for you and I hope you continue to heal. so you can identify this terrible behavior he has toward you. Ken, if you read this, do better. You were so rude to her for no reason at all. Men should defend their woman, not throw her under the bus. So disappointed. Okay. Ken has big red flags, Gypsy, controlling and gaslighting. Run. Is this the new career? Unalive someone and make money? Too many stories of unalivings and bad behavior being rewarded. Something very wrong here. It's 2025. Ken needs to get out of the closet already. I keep my comments to myself. I'm pretty sure we saw this. They're in her house. We saw this one. This is her holding the baby. Some people said the baby's kind of loose. I can kind of see the top of the baby's head. Not sure what the hell's going on. And this is the new haircut. So that's basically all we've missed so far. Now I've been hearing rumors on the interweb, some crazy rumors that, I don't want to pay attention to. I don't want to pay attention to them, but they're good sounding rumors. It's like sometimes people can't help but to be like, wait, what happened? You know what I mean? So did you guys hear about the rumor? And this is a rumor. I don't have any proof that this has actually happened. But did you guys hear about the rumor that Gypsy Rose was something about CPS? That's what I keep hearing. That's what I keep seeing. Something about CPS. I'm going to leave her up here while I do that. You guys can type in the comments and let me know if you know anything about that. Okay. Oh, I didn't see that one. So there's like things going on in the community with Gypsy, but then again, there's like not much. It seems like things come out, rumors come out, but I can never find like any truth to the matter. That's all I'm saying. I heard it at one point. Hold on one second. I heard at one point she had the baby. I heard at one point before she had the baby, CPS would be keeping an eye on her due to her being a violent offender. Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah, I've seen that, but I haven't clicked on the videos. I have not clicked on the videos yet. But I was interested. I'm like, what is going on? Like I saw somebody sent me a picture of a text message supposedly being from someone close in Ken's family saying that Ken is the parent and she's not, and all kinds of things. And they're like, this is coming from a reliable source. Well, generally when somebody says it's coming from a reliable source is not coming from a reliable source. So I really don't know how to take that. I don't know how to take that at all. It kind of seems like people are starting to grasp for straws when it comes to this story. I still cover it because, people still want to see, hear, about it. There are people that follow it every day, but it's like, what's really happening? There's nothing really juicy or interesting happening over there, you know? But we do have a lot of other interesting, juicy topics as well coming up for the channel. I really do think I'm going to do the Lori Vallow case where she's representing herself. I think that would be great to review, like absolutely great. So let me do that. But I do want to see what's been going on TikTok with Gypsy. Just a second. Just a second, you guys. I'm just uploading a thumbnail to this live stream. If you weren't in the live the other day, we looked at Lori Vallow Daybell's entire pretrial hearing. That's in the live content. I wish we could listen to music on here, like some real music. That's why I like TikTok. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I do like TikTok for that reason. Okay, I just changed the thumbnail. I like to have thumbnails. Okay. All right. So we got that done. Let's see what's going on TikTok. So we know what's going on with Gypsy. I told you guys she's shown more of her baby. There's not much drama going on other than accusations and things that we've been hearing from here, there, everywhere, right? And I think people do need to realize that the child is innocent, right? Just because of who the child's mother is, that child couldn't invent herself. The child couldn't invent herself. You know what I'm saying? She couldn't make herself. She couldn't create herself. So it's not really her fault. Let's see. We're gonna watch a few videos by some content creators. DCFS is notified when someone on parole for a violent offense has a baby, which I think they should. I think they should, because if someone were more susceptible to cause harm to their child, it would be someone who has either done it in the past or done other things of harm to people in the past. You see what I'm saying? So I think there should definitely be monitoring on it. But should you take their baby away when they've done their time? I can't get behind that. I can't get behind that. I just can't. The state let them out of jail. So once they've done their time, I mean, what more can we say about them having children? They're well within their right to do that. Some people have children while they're still in jail somehow.
For all of y'all that thought Gypsy Rose Blanchard was nuts and this whole story was wild, just hold your horses. I need y'all to go research Demona, the character, where she came from, and what her storyline was. When I say your mouth is going to drop, like really look her up and then think about Gypsy. Then I also want you to think about the incident report that was shown from the Greene County Police Department about her offering up her daughter and her being a predator. I need you guys to keep all of that in mind. I want y'all to keep in mind how she unalived her mom. I want you to read the whole incident report that I posted and think about the character, Demona, that she called herself all the time. And even in that incident report, she labeled herself as Demona. I want y'all to go look that up and come back and in the comments tell me what you think, because I'm telling you, this is going to blow your wig cap.
Well, I don't know who that is, so I can't really. What the hell?
For
I don't know
all of
what
y'all
that's
that thought
about.
Gypsy
I don't
Rose
know
Blanchard,
what that was about. I don't think that was Gypsy.
Do you get deja vu? Do you get deja vu?
What? Hold on, hold on. What did that? Gypsy made a comment on
Do you
somebody's
get
post.
deja
So, you know, Gypsy Rose Blanchard being featured in Australia and the UK lets us know that people outside the United States know her. She's a worldwide name, international name. And somebody was talking. Oh, Gypsy put a comment under this post and said, I no longer get attention from my crime. I get attention because I have a reality show based on what I'm doing now. So please explain that to me. I think Gypsy Rose gets a ton of attention from her crime. That's where all the attention is from, is the crime, right? Jazz says, yeah, I read that one. Okay. I thought another comment had came in. But she says, I no longer get attention from my crime. I get attention because I have a reality show based on what I'm doing now. So please explain that to me. But why does the reality show exist? What was your book about? Come on now. All of the attention you get is directly related to the crime that you committed. So that's not true, right?
The movers come tomorrow, and all major furniture will be moved. I don't like clutter. I also don't like hoarding. It's always good to find the brush of an ex-girlfriend. I'm just sick of finding things all the dang time. Like what? Old pictures and old greeting cards, and you know what I'm saying? Like, what's going on here? Hey! And look at what we have here! The hairbrush of an ex-girlfriend.
That's actually mine. I used to.
With blonde hair.
Whatever.
It's just, like no one wants to keep being reminded that he was in another relationship. While I was crying my eyes out at night, he was happy with her.
What? Weren't you married? I am so lost, y'all. Did y'all just hear this? What the fuck? Nobody wants to be reminded that he was in another relationship while I was crying my eyes out. You were married, though. What am I missing? Hold on.
Old pictures and old greeting cards, and you know what I'm saying? Like, what's going on here? Hey! And look at what we have here! The hairbrush of an ex-girlfriend.
That's actually mine. I used to.
With blonde hair.
Whatever.
It's just, like no one wants to keep being reminded that he was in another relationship. While I was crying my eyes out at night, he was happy with her.
Gypsy Rose, Life After Lock.
You have got to be shitting me. You got to be shitting me, bro. Do you guys believe this? I got to play it again because I think I'm tripping. She finds a hairbrush, a random ass hairbrush, says, oh, it's from your ex-girlfriend, and I don't want to be knowing about this. Girl, you were married. One more time. The audacity.
And look at what we have here! The hairbrush of an ex-girlfriend.
That's actually mine. I used to.
With blonde hair.
Whatever.
It's just, like no one wants to keep being reminded that he was in another relationship. While I was crying my eyes out at night, he was happy with her.
Gypsy Rose, Life After Lockup. New episode Monday at 9. Watch next day on the Lifetime app.
Christy wouldn't get custody, and this is why. Christy is not the maternal grandmother. Rod is the maternal grandfather. Rod did not.
Wait. Jazz says she did a bit more digging. Since Gypsy and Ken aren't married, the court can find her unfit off the presumption of her violent past and take custody of the baby from her, so DCFS can be involved. Y'all, I'm telling y'all, somebody sent me a message. Let me see if I can find it. I can ask her to come. It was Cherokee. I'm going to read that message so you guys can see exactly what the person said. I think Cherokee is in between that weather. She's getting that bad weather right now. Cherokee is getting that bad weather. Because that's what she texted me to say. You might be onto something, Jazz, because what you just said sounds a lot like what I just read. I'm gonna send it to myself on my email. Oh, somebody texted me this. Wait. That's crazy. What? From Google, Louisiana law presumes that a parent with a history of family violence or domestic abuse is not a suitable custodial parent, either for sole or joint custody. So she doesn't have custody of the baby. That's what I've been being told, right? And they said they were a family member and they just couldn't hold this in anymore. I'm like, what on earth is going on? But see, I don't like to feed into things that I can't back up by law. But that's a law. Hold on a second. Unbelievable. I hope he didn't delete it. He might have deleted this. All right, let me pull it up real quick. Case Study is apparently the YouTuber whose page it was under. I'm going to look for it now. It was on a community post. Let's see. That's not it. Here it is right here. Here it is right here. I'm going to read it. Okay. This is one of the rumors that's been going around. Okay. Case, the YouTuber who also covers Gypsy Rose, said that something about this comment has me thinking it may be true. Now, the comment says, because under a CPS order, only Ken and his mom have physical custody, Gyp only has supervised visitation, which will be readdressed after her release from probation. Truth here. Child Protective Services will only allow her supervised. Insider info here. Ken father, and Orena, Ken's mama. I just had to share. I can't hold back much longer. So, if we take what that person just said, and do a quick Google search, can I have custody of my baby if I'm on parole, Louisiana? Let's see. I'm going to just search. How about we just search? Because what the hell? Let's see. All right, here we go right here. We found it. Let's read it. Let's read some Louisiana law, okay? Let's read it. This is from, I think we got it. 5A. I think we found it. Hold on. I'm going to read it for you for those of you who don't like to read shit, okay? It's right here. And this is regarding the CPS Gypsy Rose situation. Okay, this is the closest I've gotten to something that's legal in paperwork. This is from the Louisiana Law Legislative Government website. It says, 5A says, if the offender has been convicted of a crime of violence as by defined in RS 14:2, committed upon any person, any felony SMEX offense as defined in RS 46:1844, committed upon any person, any felony human traffic related offense as defined in RS 46:1844, committed upon any person, or any offense that is a felony committed upon a family member, household member, or dating partner, as those terms are defined by RS 462132, the Committee on Parole shall require as a condition of parole that the offender refrain from going to the residence or household of the victim's school, and the victim's place of employment, or otherwise contacting the victim in any manner whatsoever, and shall refrain from having any further contact with the victim. Well, her victim unfortunately passed. The Committee on Parole shall also require as a condition of parole that the offender refrain from communicating by electronic communication in writing or orally with the victim of the offense or with the victim's immediate family members. For the purposes of this subsection, immediate family member means the spouse, mother, father, aunt, uncle, sibling, or child of the victim, whether related by blood, marriage, or adoption. If the victim or an immediate family member of the victim informs the Committee on Parole in writing that he does not wish for the Committee on Parole to impose the conditions in this subsection, the Committee on Parole shall not impose the conditions in the subsections as to the person making the written request. Nothing in this paragraph shall be construed as to impair, limit, or abrogate the authority of the Committee on Parole to require as a condition of parole any other protective law, order, or any other restriction under any provision of law. So this is basically saying that the can't communicate with the family member. I mean, the suspect cannot communicate with the family members of the victim unless by in writing, right? I don't know why I thought I saw something else about child in there, but that basically means you can't talk to your own family unless it's petitioned. Article 134. Of this one? Hold on. That's for sec. CC 134. So as this is factors in determining a child's best interest, 14B says, in cases involving a history of committing family violence as defined in RS 9:362 or domestic abuse as defined in RS 462132, including sexual abuse as defined in RS yada yada, whether or not a party has sought relief under any applicable law, the court shall determine an award of custody or visitation in accordance with RS 341 and 364. The court may only find a history of committing family violence if the court finds that one incident of family violence has resulted in serious bodily injury, or the court finds more than one incident of family violence. Huh. Let's see. That's interesting, though, y'all. That's interesting. I think we're... What about this one? Grounds, termination of parental rights. Okay. Okay. I don't see anything in here, though. I don't see anything in here that would necessarily make her not be able to have. I think she would be more along the lines of being involved in CPS if something happened after her child was born. The fact that she's a convicted felon and she has custody of her child. I mean, a lot of people do that. I really don't. I don't see it in black and white. But if somebody can like send me the exact terms, that'd be great. Because honestly, I don't see anything that says that she would be disqualified in black and white. So.
So this is part 2 to my previous video discussing and kind of going over what microdeletion 1Q21.1 is. So as I talked about earlier in my video, my mother had claimed that I had these multiple medical issues wrong with me, and I believe that she used the microdeletion as a blueprint for them. And I kind of went over what I have versus what I don't have. Unfortunately, there is a 50% chance that I may pass this genetic condition to my children. Thankfully, we are monitoring Aurora quite diligently, and so far, the geneticist has said that she does not display any of the characteristics of this condition. What does this mean for the possibility of having more children going forward? I really don't like the idea of the possibility of continuing to play Russian roulette with the possibility that my child may end up having this genetic condition. My child can grow up living a perfectly normal life with the condition, or they can display the characteristics and the conditions that are correlated with the genetic condition. And that's just something that I really don't want to play with. That's something that I don't want to leave up to chance. Not if I can help it. So most likely we'll have to do something like IVF so we can narrow down and actually select the genes of our future children to make sure they don't have this microdeletion. So with that knowledge that it can be passed down from parent to child, where did I develop it? So my father was tested for this deletion and he did not have it. He came back negative. And unfortunately, we can't test my mother. So 2 things could have happened. I could have developed it from my mother and she could have passed it down to me, or it could have been a mutation within myself that it developed. So with that being said, there is a very big possibility that as a child, I could have displayed health conditions that caused my mother to be very concerned and therefore perpetuating Munchausen by proxy. Munchausen by proxy often will begin with something very small, a small health concern that often the parent will exacerbate and make bigger, often leading to further abuse later on down the line. So going into that, I really want people to be vigilant and recognizing the signs of Munchausen by proxy. I understand that it is very difficult to kind of peg down, especially it's kind of like you don't want to question a parent, especially one that just
The hell? Hey, Lindsay, how are you?
displays such concern because you think that it's out of love. You think that it's out of protection of that child, of their child. But in my case, it wasn't that way. So that's why I do my best to advocate for Munchausen by proxy awareness. Kind of going back into the microdeletion condition that I have. I've seen a lot of people think that just because I had all these surgeries that they were absolutely necessary because of the deletion. That is not true. That is a false narrative. So education is vital in understanding my story in particular. And if you are unaware of what Munchausen syndrome by proxy is, or by its other name, factitious disorder. It is a mental illness and a form of child abuse. It is when a parent or a caregiver will create symptoms or report serious illnesses to their pediatrician or their primary care doctor, and often the public, for sympathy and sometimes financial gain. And unfortunately, many children have died because of this, or have been left with lifelong consequences to their parent or guardian's actions. On the list of notable victims is myself included, Jennifer Bush, Olivia Gant, and Julie Gregory. Julie Gregory had wrote a book called Sickened. It is her own experience with her mother having Munchausen by proxy. Those are just some of the well-known cases of Munchausen by proxy, but there are so many more that don't get recognized. Thankfully, there is support.
Your mother had Munchausen? No, the thing about that video that I just sat there and listened to that nonsense, the thing that kind of ticked me off, because I'm listening, and I'm hearing everything she's saying. But my ears perked up when she said, my dad got tested, he doesn't have it, and unfortunately we can't test my mom. Girl, what? What are you trying to... Let me just stop. They went to a basketball game, laughing, having a good time, courtside seats, living the life. I don't know, putting in a parlay. I really don't know what they got going on here at the game. Ken probably has $500 on the game, so he's very happy about this. This guy back here has money on the game too. They're excited. I don't know. I really don't know. I haven't been to a basketball game, y'all, in so long. When's the last time you guys went to a basketball game? Like, girl. I want to go to a basketball. See, I'm so easily influenced. That's why I need to stay away from TikTok. Like, I could see, I'm going to tell y'all this. TikTok is influential. TikTok is addictive and it's influential, right? I could see somebody roller skating on TikTok. Like, they've been roller skating since they've been 2, right? And I see them roller skating. I'm like, oh my God, I want to roll. That looks amazingly fun. I'm way too easily influenced, y'all. I'm way too easily influenced. Squirrel. I'm so confused. Why? Oh, this is just my regular feed. Y'all should see my feed. My feed is crazy. Yeah, I went to a basketball game in college too. I'm so confused. What is this? We were looking at Gypsy Rose. I need to post another TikTok too. If y'all aren't following me on TikTok, then what the hell are y'all doing? Y'all need to follow me on Oh God. Okay, hold on, girl. Hold on. You guys need to follow me on TikTok. If you're not, I am Lindsay Unfiltered. Same way it is here. We talk about same stuff we talk about here, but it's a little bit more political. I do bring up politics more than I do on YouTube. So everybody, please go give me a follow, Lindsay Unfiltered. When we want to listen to music on some nights, I can go there. Because YouTube, you never know. You never know with YouTube. You never know. Hi, Angela. Hi, Lindsay Lulu. Sorry, y'all. Make sure to like the stream as well. Go watch my last video. Hold on. because I am on my phone. You know, I'm here, but I'm, you know what I mean. Oh, that's Lori's son. Lori's son is live, y'all. Lori's son is live, and he's watching his mother's. Yeah, he's watching his mother's pretrial. That's Lori's son right here, Colby J. Ryan. I guess he's reacting to the pretrial like we did the other day. That's her son, and she has to sit here. He has to sit here and watch his mother act like this. Dolores Jones, hey, a new face. We love new faces. How are you doing this night? I hope you're doing good tonight. Distraction squirrel, yeah. I think about 1,000 things at once when I'm streaming. I think about 1,000 things at once when I'm not streaming. So it's like, ooh, squirrel, ooh, squirrel, ooh, squirrel. Bubble Bubbles, hey Bubbles. Jazz said, so I got to the bottom of it. Had to do way too much digging. Those things only apply if she violates parole or Ken files for custody. So CPS will watch her, but not automatically take custody. Right. Yeah. She has custody of her kid. You know how many kids would be in the system if felons couldn't have their children? There'd be a lot more children in the system. And if they violate their parole, then they walk in, then they run in, or that's what I'm seeing from reading the legislative paperwork. Did you hear what Lori told him happened to JJ and Tylee? Nope, I didn't hear. I did not hear at all. I know he's live right now, and he's probably just, listening to this. Like, the only guy I ever knew was Dad. You're sitting here defending yourself in a case for his death. I just don't get it, y'all. P. Diddy looked older with white hair like Santa Claus. Oh, look at that thumbnail. That's crazy. That's a crazy thumbnail right here. The many faces. She told him that Tylee accidentally unalived JJ than herself. She's a liar. That woman is a liar. So many things she's lied about. So many things she's lied about. What am I looking for? Was I? Hold on. Oh, I know what I was looking for. Sorry, y'all. It's like when you move on to something else, then you remember what you were trying to do. Okay. So what I wanted to show y'all was, this is us right here. But I wanted to show you guys this video right here. Gypsy Rose Blanchard, pregnant on parole. If you haven't seen it yet, please go watch it. If you don't want to watch it, can you just come in here and hit the like button for me? I'm trying to run this video up. The Ruby Frankie videos did really, really well. The Lori Vallow video didn't do so hot, but I do think it's important to cover her trial. I don't really care that the video didn't do so well. If I have people interested in it, I will do it. So I just need a couple of likes on this video because it's trying to get out into the algorithm just now. That's my last video. If you're not following me on TikTok, make sure to do that.
Oh, wow. You are such a nice person. That's a rough picture. That's a rough picture.
We're waiting on JD's to go up.
That's good. Oh, wow. You are such a...
You know what? I'm not going to even engage with that. We were looking at something else. I'm not engaging.
Her micro deletion out loud. She said it. Now, doesn't that, kind of debunk the Munchausen by proxy? Because, see, Munchausen by proxy, if you look it up, please, anybody, if you look it up, they tend to make the patient more sick, not just to fake it, but to tend to make them more sick, maybe by, giving them something that they shouldn't get, or slowly, poisoning, that not just making up an illness. Again, that is malingering. So, but here's the thing. Everything that Gypsy was checked for had to do with her microdeletion. So Gypsy talks about her eyes, but her eyes are still crossed. Okay. They're not as bad as they would have been. And how many doctors does we need to ask for them to say she would have gone blind and she would have been in pain and her eyes would have crossed and it would have been permanent? So if it took 7 surgeries, do you really think that her mom said, you know what, just do 7 surgeries? What the fuck? Go ahead. I mean, I don't know who's going to pay you, but please just do 7 surgeries.
Yeah, I agree. I most definitely agree with that. I agree with everything that she said. Everything that Gypsy seemed to have been experiencing, the feeding disorder, the seeing issues, the walking issues, the muscle tenderness, sorry y'all. That fell in line with the microdeletion disorder that she had. That fell directly in line. It wasn't like it was like, let me think of some random symptom. It wasn't like she was walking around saying she had itchy toes or something crazy like that, or something not related to this microdeletion disorder. Everything that was being complained of were manifestations of things that she was really dealing with. Now, were they exaggerated? Were her conditions exaggerated? I believe so. But did they exist and needed to be treated? Yes, I believe so. I feel like Gypsy's trying to paint the narrative that she never needed any surgery. She never needed any medical treatment. She's just fine. I think at some point she did need medical treatment, medical intervention. Now, where she and Dee Dee took that to the next level, I don't know. No, she's not being honest about that. So we'll probably never know. What were her conditions made to seem worse than they really were? Sure, I'll give you that. But they existed in the first place. We can tell by looking at that girl who had the same microdeletion that she had. They share a lot of the same features. The feeding tube. If you look up the disorder that Gypsy has, it causes feeding issues. So who's to say that it was Munchausen by proxy if real symptoms presented themselves? Right? So, and to be fair, we don't know what Gypsy Rose goes through today. To be fair, we don't know. Let me get this out of the way. To be fair, we don't know what Gypsy Rose goes through today. If Gypsy Rose had a bad day, I mean, symptom-wise, stomach pain, leg pain, muscle pain, do you think she's going to come to the internet and say that? I don't think these things that she went through disappeared. I think she's still probably being treated for them in her own capacity and all of these things. But do you just think they disappeared? Absolutely not. Jazz says it's crazy that they diagnosed a woman they never met after they were unalive. That seems unethical. Is that a train outside? I keep hearing something. Yeah. Yeah, they diagnosed her and she wasn't there to speak. That is what really gets you thinking. When Nina made that point, when she made that video and she said, this lady, how are you going to diagnose someone who isn't here? And we also blindly fell for it. Oh, shit. Oh, my God, y'all. Okay, sorry. My cord got stuck in my computer fan, just ignore me. Never talked to her outside of in the room with Gypsy Rose. Never had a one-on-one conversation. Never had a one-on-one conversation with just Dee Dee. When did she go to the doctor for a mental health examination, or you know what I'm saying? So to say that, to assume that she had that is kind of strong, especially when we find out about the actual disorder, deletion that Gypsy Rose has. Two things can be true at once. No, it wasn't a snake. I have fans running right here to keep my computer cool, and I don't have the case over it because it's dusty and I need to clean it. So here's a case for it. I'm gonna clean it off. Oh, I'm gonna clean it off. This goes in front of my fans, right? So I don't stick my fingers or other things in there. But when something touches it, it makes that sound. It's super scary. And then it has this huge glass piece that goes on there that goes over the screen. So, yeah. Keep your computers covered. I built this computer, actually, and knock on wood, it's been doing good for me for 3 years. I think she's guilty of fraud, but I don't think she had Munchausen syndrome. Yeah. I think two things can be true at once. I think the only person that knows the true extent of their relationship would be Gypsy. The only person that knows the true extent of their relationship would be Gypsy. Not even Nick. Gypsy knows. We don't. So, you know, if you're taking what she's saying for face value, it was all Dee Dee from the beginning to the end. And she's not really a sick person. That's what she says. Let's see. This is kind of old. This stuff is old. Can we see some new stuff? Let me make this big. Yeah,
I just did something that sounded like hi. I know it was a coo, but it kind of sounded like hi. You got a lot to say, huh? Yeah. And then what happened? Oh, so
at least we know she's finally real. This must be so healing. Be the mom yours wasn't.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Lindsay Lou said that's Ryan's big head. Oh my God.
You in a very talkative mood, baby girl.
Okay, like I said, she's showing more and more of the baby. I never thought the baby was a fake baby. That was a huge rumor. I don't know how it got so far. Like, I really don't understand people. I really don't. Well, yeah, we talked about it over here for a little while. We laughed. We look at people who are actually addicted to reborn babies, and we went on about our lives. I didn't know they were really thinking that. Like, people were really putting things together. You know, I think people in this community, the Gypsy Rose Blanchard snark community, tend to coincide with the conspiracy community. So a lot of people in the community wear 10 hats. So, you know, there's going to be a lot of conspiracies when the niches overlap, because the niches definitely overlap. People who like this type of content, like conspiracies and things like that, and true crime and, mysteries. So it's just because she's such a liar. Lindsay says she does gaslight. Gypsy Rose does gaslight the public a lot, plays in the public's face, all kinds of stuff. And I'm just sitting back like,
I ain't going nowhere, just embrace me, bitch. Always lurking on my page, you don't hate me, sis. I ain't going nowhere, just embrace me, bitch. Always lurking on my page, you don't hate me, sis. I ain't going nowhere, just embrace me, bitch. Always lurking on my page, you don't hate me, sis. I ain't going nowhere, just embrace me, bitch. Always lurking on my page, you don't hate me, sis. I ain't going nowhere, just embrace me, bitch. Always lurking on my page, you don't hate me, sis. I ain't going nowhere, just embrace me, bitch. Always lurking on my page, you don't hate me, sis. I ain't going nowhere, just embrace me, bitch. Always lurking on my page, you don't hate me, sis. I ain't going nowhere, just embrace me, bitch. Always lurking on my page, you don't hate me, sis. I ain't going nowhere, just embrace me, bitch. Always lurking on my page, you don't hate me, sis. I ain't going nowhere, just embrace me, bitch. Always lurking on my page, you don't hate me, sis. I ain't going nowhere, just embrace me, bitch. Always lurking on my page, you don't hate me, sis.
okay, sorry. I was trying to comprehend. I was just trying to put two and two together. I saw this 3 days ago and I commented. I don't know if you guys can see my comment, but I commented because this threw me off. I was not expecting this. I just blatantly said, excuse me, because, how do we journey from, oh, my loving little child, my bundle of joy. How do we segue? Follow me here. Follow me, people. How do we segue from Mother of the Year?
I ain't going.
Okay, so I'm at
Mother of the Year to.
I ain't going nowhere, just embrace me, bitch. Always lurking on my page, you don't hate me, sis. I ain't going nowhere, just.
I don't know who she was talking to, but that shit scared the piss out of me.
Okay, so I am at the salon right now, and I am about to do something drastically different with my hair.
Oh, we saw all this. Okay, cool. Jeez. That shit scared me. I'm not gonna lie, it's scary. Okay, because I wasn't expecting it, and it was on my For You page. I wasn't looking for Gypsy Rose. She came and found me that day. 3 days ago. I'm in my bed scrolling on my TikTok and that pops up and I am flabbergasted. Flubbergusted. Do you hear me? I'm just like, what is this supposed to mean? It was just too much for me. Mentally, way too much. That video, with that song. I don't even know which song that is, but you got your point across. I'll just let that be known. You know what I'm saying? You got your point across. Hey, Cherokee, I have a video for you. How are you doing? How's the weather out there? Hopefully it's good. Hopefully you're staying safe. It's going to definitely come down this way tomorrow. I don't want to deal with it. I really don't. I'm just going to take some melatonin and try to go to sleep through it, sleep through the storm. I've slept through many, but the news always just makes stuff sound so horrible. I'm like, what the hell? Y'all are scaring me now. Like the news has me scared a little bit. I'm not going to lie. The way the news is presenting it, just doing too much. They're doing too much. So I'm trying to find her. You try sleeping with an 80-pound dog on your face? I know. Your dog's probably scared shitless. Your dog is scared. Yeah, I already know that. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can find. No, I don't think. Yeah, I don't think I I can probably look it up. Oh, here it is right here. This is what we're looking at. Turn that shit down. Okay, so this is where it is today. In the severe weather, the most severe weather is supposed to be the red area, right? And tomorrow, this is the red area. I'm like in the orange, right underneath. New Orleans is right here. I'm about right here. And yeah, I'm not gonna say that. I was gonna say Gypsy's right. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna do that because I don't know. I don't know who's lurking on my live. So and I don't okay, but yeah. I thought I was in the red, but it looks like north of us will be in the red. I just was in Biloxi, y'all. I was just in Biloxi this week and in the goddamn red here. You got Birmingham, Montgomery, Mobile, Jackson. New Orleans looks like it has an enhanced risk, but that can still bring bad weather. So y'all need to make sure you have anybody in the red area, make sure you have your phone charged. Make sure you have your phone charged. Make sure you have water. Go get some water. If there is a tornado, it'll sound like a train, I would say. It doesn't sound like the trains you hear in my backyard. It's just kind of like more of like a steady pressure, kind of like a because it's just going so fast. Keep the news on, things like that. Stock up on flashlights. Make sure you have a flashlight, candle. And in the event of like a tornado or something, you want to be in the centermost point of your home. You want to be away from windows. The bathroom is good. The toilet is good. Not the toilet. Goodness gracious. The tub is good. Some people get in the tub, put a pillow over their head. Closets. Yeah. Yeah, it's like a whoo. So it can kind of sound like a train, but it's way different than a toot toot, So it's like a whooshing pressure. So I would say watch the news. Make sure you have your alerts on. Your alerts are going to tell you like if there's a tornado warning, if there's been a tornado spotted in your area, if there's flash flooding, they're going to tell you what to do. I don't know if you have one of those emergency radios. They're not that expensive, but make sure you have a radio, put some batteries in it, and just in case the power goes out, they'll be able to tell you from there, like what's going on in the area. It's just shitty because it always happens at night. It always happens at night when people can't see anything. So all we do is just hear things and shaking and bucking and I'm tired of this. Yeah, I have I don't think the power will get knocked out. Well, of course, the power's going to get knocked out in some areas, but I don't think the power, knock on wood, is going to get knocked out in my area. Lindsay, where are you? You're in Thibodeau, right? Hold on a second. I'm going to look you up, Lindsay. Hold on. Come on. Sorry. Weather channel. Okay. Let me show you guys this here. The weather just makes it sound terrible. And it's like, we are living here. Like, way to just frighten everyone. Basically, they say over 100 million people are in the path of this system. So, here it is right here. So you're going to have some pretty bad wind. You don't need to be driving. You don't need to be doing any of that tomorrow. If you're in those red areas, you don't need to be driving. The worst thing you can do is get caught in a storm, a hurricane, or a tornado. That's the worst thing you can do because at that point you're just stuck. Um, let's see. This is the wind gusts. See, that's what's probably causing those tornadoes, huh? Yep, that high wind. Yeah. So everybody just be safe if you're in those areas. Don't panic. Um, be safe and just be prepared. Make sure your phone is charged. Make sure you're not sitting by a window chilling out. And, it'll be okay. This area is always dealing with something. If this area isn't dealing with water from floods, if this area isn't dealing with hurricanes, for hurricane season is dealing with these weird storms that come in the spring that bring all kinds of hail and tornadoes with them. I don't like that. But, just stay informed and stay safe. A lot of us are in the path of this system here, right here. Someone's supposed to get hail and snow. I believe the hail and snow is up here. The hail and snow is up here somewhere, if I'm not mistaken. Up in the north, maybe even more north. I don't know. They're going to get like a blizzard. It's crazy because you're going to have rain, possible tornadoes in this area. You're going to have hail, blizzards. You're going to have wildfire over here. It's just too much. There's a chance of wildfires too, apparently, with all of this. I listened to a meteorologist on TikTok. This is how I know this, but there's a lot of air pressure or wind gusts coming in this way, and all of that wind can start up fires in Texas just from the sheer amount of wind that Texas is going to get. But since I think we're on the right side of it, that's why we're in the trouble zone, because that's where the worst part of the storm is, I believe. But yeah, I'm done watching TikToks. Like every time I go on TikToks, they want to show me this type of stuff. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. I rode out Hurricane Ida. I can't remember what year it was, but Hurricane Ida was horrible. Hurricane Ida was a Category 4 hurricane. I rode it out at home. It was a direct hit. And it's most definitely traumatizing. I'll tell you that. Was I in Katrina? Yes, I was. But I evacuated. I have family members who didn't, and they my family member who didn't, she was pregnant, my aunt actually. She was pregnant and the water started coming up. They had to airlift her, and she was pregnant because she refused to leave. That's why I don't understand why people refuse to leave. They bring up things like, oh, I don't have the money for this, or traffic. If you have to sleep in your car, it's better than being in a house full of water. Honestly, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Ida was traumatizing as well. Very traumatizing. Water started coming in the house. We had to take several measures for Ida for the ceiling to not collapse. While we were in there, there were several water spots on the ceiling, and we had to poke holes in those so the water could drain. We all the 4 family members that stayed, we were at my grandpa's house, right? Water started leaking in the house. The ceiling started leaking. The house was shaking violently. It was nothing to ride out, So I think when they say a Category 3, 4, or 5, you need to get the hell out of there, because this was a 4, and I don't think I've ever been more scared. I'm not gonna even lie to you guys. Katrina, I was 10 years old and I didn't know, right? All I knew is that a storm was coming and I had to get in the car and drive with my mom somewhere. We didn't go back to school that school year, I don't think. We didn't go back to school that school year. And if we did, it was for a month or two. And then they just passed us on to the next grade. We couldn't even get back into the city months after. It was, yeah, truly devastating. I've been through everything but a close tornado, so I freak. The ones you have to, like hurricanes, tornadoes are on a scale. So the ones you have to watch out for, because just like, you have a category 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hurricane, you can have a category or EF 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tornado. And I think that's very important as well. If they're saying like EF3s, EF4s, that's like total, like that's bad. But if EF1 might knock a shingle or two off the house, might break a window, but it's not like life threatening, I want to say. You know what I'm saying? It's those bigger ones that are, it's just scary. No one should have to deal with it. No one should have to deal with it all of a sudden, just uprooting their life. Yeah, company demolished. Yeah, it's scary. It's scary. And think about the people who are in their cars. They're not going to get out their car. They just have to drive through and stay as still as they can, So when is it over for you, Cherokee? When is it over for you? Let me know. I think they should send an alert to you guys to let you know like when the warnings are over. The crazy thing is we haven't bounced back from Helene. We're still clearing trees. Yeah. It's horrible. It's horrible. It's absolutely horrible. And I just don't get it. All right. Let me bring up another topic really quick because it just came across my mind, right? So, do you guys know about the Caleb Wilson story? Have any of you heard about the Caleb Wilson story? I'm going to just bring it up because I want people's opinions on it. It just came across my mind. If you guys haven't heard about it, I'm going to tell you about it, okay? Yeah, Cherokee, just stay safe. At this time, I really think it's cool that people have those tornado shelters. Like, I kind of want one, like those underground cement trailers or whatever, those underground cement bunkers. I am jealous because that doesn't look like anything's getting through that. It gives a sense of safety. There's nothing more helpless. There's nothing more helpless than feeling like your hands are tied and there's nothing you can do, But Cherokee, you'll be just fine. Your area will be in my prayers. My area will be in my prayers because if it's not one thing, it's another. If it's not one thing, it's another. I'm telling you. Okay, so I'm going to tell you guys a story about Caleb Wilson, okay? And then we're going to have like a little chat about him, right? So Caleb Wilson was 20 years old, okay? He's a junior. He was a junior at Southern University and A&M. I've had family that have gone to this school. It's in Louisiana, right? It's a historically Black college and university, and there are lots of sororities and fraternities on this campus, right? Close family members have gone to this school and graduated from this school, right? Okay, so he was a mechanical engineering major, and he was a member of the band, and he was a trumpet player in the band. My family goes to his family's church, right? I don't know if I've ever met him, but his family is very well known in town because they have a church, very big church congregation, right? So on February 27th, he lost his life following an off-campus fraternity ritual associated with Omega Psi Phi. The incident, initially misreported as a collapse during a basketball game, was later revealed to involve hazing activities where Caleb was subjected to repeated physical assaults leading to his death. Okay? Southern University has suspended all fraternity and sorority activities and initiated an internal investigation. You know, the family is in shambles, the university is in shambles. Okay. So, come to find out, he was being hazed because he wanted to be a part of this fraternity. Come to find out, he was being hazed because he wanted to be a part of this organization. What Greek are you, Jazz? Because I have family that are Greek as well. And some people feel strangely about this. Honestly, I don't think they should still be hazing when hazing is illegal in 44 states, including Louisiana. But it seems as if they were all lined up. Seems as if they were all lined up and were getting punched in the chest by several of the attendees. So when he got punched after multiple times of getting punched, he collapsed. They then tell police he collapsed at a basketball game and continue to try to cover it up. Right? In several different ways, I've heard this has been covered up, right? Arrests have been made, but I've heard lots of different opinions and people that don't want to give their opinions because they feel like they're being insensitive. The bottom line is this. If you use your fist to inflict bodily harm on a person and they end up passing away from that, you are at fault. You are at fault. It does not matter if he knew hazing was part of the ritual. Because a lot of people try to bring that shit up. You can't bring that shit up with me, right? You know that if you want to join a group like this, you may get hazed. You don't anticipate taking your last breath. And the people that founded the organization and oversee the organization at the university should ensure you don't take your last breath. There are a lot of ways to form brotherhood and form community without hitting on each other. And it's sad we have to say this, that children shouldn't be dying to be accepted. But still in this day and age, we are dying to be accepted, right? There's no two sides of this story. You're inflicting bodily harm on another human being. They are inflicting bodily harm upon another human being that results in their unaliving. I do not care if it was intentional or not. It is a crime. It is a crime. If somebody gets in a car and they're drinking, they're not supposed to be drinking, just like you're not supposed to be hazing, and they get in that car and they hit someone and cause bodily harm, did they intend to? No. But were they doing things they weren't supposed to do that could have been prevented if they weren't doing these things they weren't supposed to do? Yes. So I don't know why there's such a toss up about it. I have family, again, like I said, who's Greek, right? In some of these organizations, right? And that's why I don't really like talk about it openly on TikTok or anything like that where they could see, because my feelings are way different. My feelings are way different and have been different about these organizations from the beginning of time. From the beginning of time, these organizations have been a problem. From the beginning of time, these organizations have been set up to divide people by race. Since when was abuse cool? Since when was punching someone square in their chest cool? Or building community or brotherhood? Why must we continue to bond through trauma? Why must we as a community continue to bond through trauma? You're cool because you let me boom punch you in the chest. You're my dude now. Cut it out. Bad hazing. Same thing happened at LSU when I was there. When I was at LSU, Max Groover passed away. He was forced to drink so much alcohol that he had alcohol poisoning and died on the spot. The people responsible for it were on campus that next semester, walking around like we didn't know who they were. Outrageous stuff. Tragic. But what's even more tragic is that we defend this behavior. And the fact that we defend this behavior lets me know that it will continue. I'm a maid Greek. What's a maid Greek? Well, my experience pledging was drastically different than other maid geeks. Okay. Yeah. Here's the thing. Greek culture is focused on community. Greek culture is interesting. Greek culture is a vibe and dynamic and exciting. But you shouldn't have to lose your life trying to get there in any circumstances. Let them try to have touched me. I would have never pledged to start off with. That's not my cup of tea. But hello. And it just it pisses me off. Bright future, bright person from my city. It happens too much. Where these fraternities and sororities run wild, it happens too much. Okay? So black fraternities and white fraternities are different, right? I've seen both sides. I've seen both sides of both, right? because I've been Greeks are either made or paper. Paper means they paid for a membership. I went through a pledging process. What he was going through is considered made. We don't engage in that kind of behavior. I don't want to know what's being done. I've seen it firsthand. I've seen it. These are just two outstanding, terrible occurrences from what I've seen. Because I went to one of the biggest party schools in Louisiana, LSU, right? And these fraternities, these were more white fraternities at LSU. But the things that they were doing to get on or to get made. I had a friend who was in the fraternity, so I kind of caught wind of what was going on in there. And let's just say it wasn't anything good, okay? It wasn't anything good. I'm not going to even say the name of the organization. I don't know, but they were being made to... Cherokee, thanks for that membership. Sorry, I'm getting fired up. The fraternity that he was in, as part of their hazing process, they were being made to drink semen from their other guys, right? On the fraternity line. Big brothers. They were made to drink their semen. Like, what the fuck? The fuck? Like, it's not that. What is it? This is some secret society type of club. This is some secret society type of club. I'm telling you right now. You heard me. They were made to drink their semen. And other terrible things that I can't mention. I don't even know if I could mention that. Right? But it goes deeper. Yeah, it goes deeper than we think it does. Hi, Jen. How are you? It goes deeper, way deeper than I think it does. When I went to university, I had to do things like clean with a toothbrush or streak the grocery store. Oh, wow. Yeah, stuff like that. Stuff that's like mentally traumatizing, but some things can be physically traumatizing too. And I want to talk on it, but I just feel so passionately about it because I did do a paper on things like this. Yeah, I did do a paper on things like this. I did see the ins and outs of some of this by being friends with someone who was at the time in a fraternity, having family. But yeah, that's what they were doing. And they always held themselves to a certain standard, right? They always held themselves to a certain standard, but behind closed doors, who the hell knows what's going on, right? It's their business, but it needs to be addressed, and nobody wants to address it. It needs to be addressed, but nobody wants to address it. Until stuff like this happens. Till people start losing their lives, that's when people want to speak out. This is happening every single day on these universities in more ways than one. The hazing, the trauma, and all those things. So I just want to talk about that. And pray for his parents, his brother. It's just sad. It's senseless. Recrow says, Despite hazing being criminal in most places, they continue doing it in gross and cruel ways because it makes them feel like they're special in a social club and fulfills their dark desires without asking. Yeah. 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 And the one that I'm not going to even explain, I'm not going to even go into detail about the one that I know of. The one that I know of and was on campus while all this was going on, also had a death on campus, Max Groover, alcohol poisoning. And then if these things are figured out or these things are found out, you will get in trouble. If it's found out that you're doing this stuff under a code of secrecy, you're going to get arrested. You will be arrested. And they wonder why. SA is so high on college campuses. They wonder why. You get children with money away from their parents and you put them into their own little cliques and clubs and they lose it. They lose it. I'm telling you. They lose it. I was one of those kids. Lost it. Right? But I wasn't in a sorority. Right? But like, it's a lot of free will. It's a lot of free will. So yeah, 44 states. So what are the other states doing? What are the other states doing? I'm confused. Okay, I'm going to look it up for y'all real quick because I don't know the exact states. States where hazing is illegal. We'll do that. Is there like a map? I like a good map, baby. I'm a good map child. I like a good map. So 44 states have anti-hazing laws. Montana, Wyoming, South Dakota, New Mexico, and Arkansas. There's not many colleges in those states. So, but I'm sure it's going on. Right? So you can look to find your state on nohaze.org. But, yeah, it's illegal. Yes, Cherokee. There's things like that happen. A lot of the hazing isn't just physical, it's mental, it's sexual, it's like, what are y'all trying to do here? See, I'm too like I'm too scary to just, you're not going to tell me what's going on. Something's just about to happen. Oh, hell no. I'm too, I need to know the agenda before I walk in. I can't walk in and just some creepy shit. No, it's not for me personally. You know what I'm saying? It's cool to be a part of something. And those parties are some of the best parties. If you're drinking responsibly, right? Those parties are some of the best parties. If you're being responsible, it's a good community. It's a good vibe and it holds weight in US society. If you tell someone that you were in this club or this fraternity or this sorority and they were too, they want you to have the job. They want you to have the money. They want you to have the connections. They'll pull strings for you, your daughter, your granddaughter. It's a connection, right? But it just wasn't, it's just not for me personally. I never was a super girly girl, and a lot of the sororities are very like girly girl. You might need to Google what a phone booth is In my mom's era, they did things like how many could fit in a phone booth. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I could see how that could get cramped. You know what I'm saying? Just a bunch of shit, bro. Well, and hold on. And there's people that do these sororities or fraternities that aren't associated with the college. They're just like community organizations. Hold on a second, y'all. Reese says, think about it. The one thing we're all searching for is community. What better community than people who all share common interests? People will lose morals to stay in that community. My pledge and experience and love for my found family is something I cherish. I do it again, honestly, but my heart breaks for these people being harmed. Yes, most definitely. Most definitely. I can most definitely see the good in it. I can see the good in it, but it depends on, the organization, the people, you know, um, that sense of not being alone, We as humans struggle with loneliness or a feeling of unbelonging. So I feel like that's where all of it comes from. But when you do find those people and they're good to you and you're good to them, hey, more power to all of you, What the hell? Yeah, so, I've been following that story probably because it's so local, the family church has always been in the community. Um, it was his great grandfather, and his uncle. So it's kind of heartbreaking, you know what I mean? Okay. No disrespect to vets on here, but this sounds like my parents' experience joining the army. The combat medics still haze one another to this day, and it broke my heart finding out that my mom went through that. Yeah. I do feel like it's similar. I feel like it's similar but different at the same time because I guess the people in the military have an oath, and how do I say this? They have an oath, and certain tactics, I guess, from what I understand, certain tactics in boot camp are done to make them more susceptible to crazy situations or to make them more susceptible to unpredictable situations, like in the middle of a war or things like that. So it is a lot of PTSD associated with the military and the training and just everything. But I think I think that when they join, they know, hey, this may be a possibility that I'm not going to be the same when I come back. I think they join knowing I might not be the same person am when I come back. And in signing the oath to protect and honor and defend the country, traumatic and triggering things come along with that. And I feel like the only thing that is different is that they have a job to do. The military has a job to do, a very specialized, important job. The fraternities, they're just horsing around, literally. All right, bye, Cherokee. After a sicko rises to power in this group, then everyone turns into an echo chamber of their leaders. And if they're a horrid person, this kind of stuff happens. It could happen, you know? It could happen. That kind of sounds like a cult, you know, like when the cult leader rises up and then everybody enforces what he says or she says. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. But I always say I'm from the outside looking in when it comes to these groups, and I am from the outside looking in, but the final interpretation, or whatever you want to call it, stays the same. You were at fault 100%. Don't even bring that person's name up when trying to defend yourself. Don't even say something kind of like they asked for it. I've been hearing that, right? Don't say that. Because if it wasn't, honestly, I don't know. You know, the combat medics do hazing that doesn't pertain to a job. Like the trainees haze one another as a rite of passage. The drill sergeants are one thing, but your buddies is another. Yeah, there's a ton of corrupt things going on in the military, the country, the world. Women are treated like shit in the military, in the country, and in the world. You know, it's a larger scale of reform that has to happen, right? I think I was what, 17. I was still in high school. I was like, I'm going to join the Marines. And something, I don't know, I can't remember what it was. Something at the last minute stopped me. And to this day, I still don't know what it is. I think what stopped me, my mom at the time was saying, like, I don't know how I'm going to feel with you away, da, da, da. So that was in the back of my head, and I was like, eh. But then I visualized myself in that bus on the way to wherever they were taking me and the hell that was going to ensue. And my loss over my own free will. And I was just thinking. Did not end up joining. Did not end up at all, you know, because I feel like it sounds like a good idea until you're in there. It sounds like a good idea until you step foot off that bus and they're like, you're not at your mom's house anymore. Blah, 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 blah. But I always did have great respect for the military, had great respect for the people in uniform, all those things. Wanted to join at one point, but then quickly thought otherwise and did otherwise. Hey, ASIP, how are you doing? We're just talking. We were talking about Gypsy Rose earlier and her damn shenanigans on the internet. We're talking about the military. We're talking about the hazing incidents that have been going on around the country. Hazing in general. Does Gypsy Rose have custody of her baby? The back of Gypsy Rose's baby's head. All kinds of things have just been coming up in this live. All kinds of things. Me on my phone. Good to see you, honey bunny. How you doing, Asa? We were talking about the weather. We just had a nice long chat tonight. Yeah, we've just been chilling for the most part. Do you really think that baby Gypsy was kissing is hers? Yes, I do. I do. I need to get something to drink. My mouth is so dry. Oh my goodness, where are my ice cubes? Doesn't matter. Anyway, hold on, guys. I do think that's her baby, though. Seriously. I wonder if this sounds any different. Do I sound any better? Was it on a different mode? Sorry. Yeah, I think it would be a hard gig to pull off the fake baby, um, the illegitimate baby with the camera crew and all the people that are around. Too many people like a good story. I feel as if there was something like that going on, it would have been proven with proof, and somebody would have ratted on her. Oops, oops, hold on. Someone would have told us already. I feel like if that wasn't her baby, somebody would have told us and had specific proof. You know, look at that photo. Why the fuck? Okay, I'm reading the caption, guys. Why the fuck would Ken have this picture of the dumb psychopath cosplaying a sick, mentally disabled child in his apartment? I did see that. Bro, what are you doing, bro? Come here. What are you doing? Come here. Come here. Come here. What? You want to say hey? Oh, oh. Say hi to my baby, y'all. We put him. Oh, say hey, Drake. Oh, shit. His name is Drake. Say hi. Say hi. Oh my goodness. He said hi to y'all, so you gotta say hi back to him. Watch us find out after TLC is done filming. What's the conspiracies? We're all right. I don't know where that picture came from. I really don't. I really don't. Like, what the hell is this? Is this from when she was back with her mom? What is up with this? I don't like it. I don't like the red wig. I don't like any of it. Enough to piss me off. Okay, let's see. I didn't see that. Drake, what are you doing? Leave that alone. I didn't see this where she said, I blocked the name CA from my page because unlike her, I did my time. Don't compare us because circumstances matter. I actually love my daughter. Us good moms don't support or follow her. The hell? I didn't even know she was talking about Casey Anthony like that. That baby was a chunky one. That baby was a chunky one. Chunky ass. I'm sorry, y'all. That's a big chunky wonky baby. Her baby's chunky, but I think it's her baby. Or the baby's older than we think the baby is. Righty, Aphrodite. We've just been vibing, y'all. We've been having a good time tonight, but I'm gonna have to get off soon. And soon, I mean like right now. We've been on for 2 hours. We've been talking about everything under the sun. We had a good conversation. Um, Casey Anthony says she's over Gypsy. Casey Anthony and Gypsy are arguing. That's the craziest thing I've ever heard in my life. In my life. For what reason? Yes, it has been a fun day. It has been a fun day. I have some other things to do. I did have fun tonight on live, but I do have to try to get some shorts out. I've been having a little bit of writer's block, so I have to try to get some shorts out. Respond a couple emails. Yeah, we don't like Casey Anthony either, but the fact that they're arguing is just annoying. It's annoying. Yeah, she has about 50,000 or so followers. She has about 50,000 or so. But yeah, I'm about to hop off of here so I can get some things done. I enjoyed you guys' company. I'll be in the Discord. ASAP. If you're not in the Discord, please join the Discord. Everyone who's not in the Discord, join the Discord. I'll be over there. I'll be on my phone. Trying to get some shorts together, trying to get some content together, trying to get my mind together. You know what I mean, guys? If you're in the area for bad weather tomorrow, please stay safe and prepared. I hope you guys have a great rest of your night. Bye now. Bye now. Bye now.